my dear Sagittarius, this is a love reading for you where the person most on your mind will have their true thoughts and feelings revealed by me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We will also look into what they would tell you if they had the guts or respect to tell you the truth with my new deck, the Brutally Honest Oracle cards. And I am reading in the order of the signs that showed the channel most appreciation in the March reading by liking, commenting, subscribing, becoming members, donating, and watching the ads. So thank you, Sagittarius, for all the love. As an extended member to my channel, you can get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And you can now I'm doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to my channel and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check this out through the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. This reading will be for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And for Sagittarius, this will be a reading about what the person most on your mind are feeling for you and where their thoughts are at when it comes to you. It can often be a conflict between head and heart, and this will be revealed here together with the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. I will also reveal what they would tell you if they dared to tell you the truth. For a cross-watcher, this reading will most likely be about where the Sagittarius person's thoughts and feelings are at. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And I usually read for the empath side of the story. Also remember that the other person holds your shadow that you mirror out to the world so you can be able to see it. In the end, you need to use your own recognition and your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this general reading for you. And I will use the ANIMA MUNDI tarot for the readings part. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see the Hermit with the Five of Swords. So it seems like this person has gone into hibernation to kind of lick their wounds. It might have been a battle which they tried to win, but they lost. Okay. So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Devil together with the Five of Swords. I feel like this is a person that isn't fully able to see their part of this situation. They probably have a rather big shadow, making them a little bit blind to what is going on. So they might have done horrible things to you, but still blaming you for what went down because they're too blind to see what they did. It's like a person that's too ashamed, or they can't wrap their head around that this is them. So they just don't want to see their part of the situation. It's very normal state for human beings in general. To do things and then have no memory of what we did, or not be able to see what we did and how that was wrong because we don't see our own shadow. You can't, it's easy to see some problem with another person, but your own personality flaws is kind of hard to spot, and it's the same for this person. So basically they're blaming you for something that was probably their fault. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have Justice together with Five of Swords. So I'm feeling what happened was some sort of karma that needed to happen for them to see the other side of the story. They haven't seen it yet though. They are very preoccupied with this, that they lost, or they were on the losing side, or they didn't win, or I don't know exactly what happened. But I call the sixth element, and we have the Two of Wands and Justice. So the way this person is protecting themselves at this point is by deciding that you are to blame and they need to put like an arm's length distance to you, that they have justice on their side, but it's just because they can't see their own problem. It might not have been like 100% their fault, not 100% your fault, and but this person isn't able to see what could be done better from there, like what they could do better. They only can see what you could do better, okay, how you could improve. They can't see how themselves could be able to improve. 6 of Swords, but hopefully we are getting there, so that would be good. Okay, so 6. I want my dear Sagittarius to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds here to you and the person most on your mind. What are their thoughts about you, their feelings, and the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship? So this is the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship, and this is their feelings towards you and their thoughts. And we have the Tower here. I'm feeling both that they are angry with you, but also that underneath this anger lies the epiphany. The anger is a way of kind of denying their own involvement. But with the Tower comes, or there has probably been some situations in their life, challenges that almost forces them to look at their own problem. But we'll see how it goes with that, if they were able to or not. And this is in the now, and we have a 9 of Cups. This person is very stubbornly on their own side. They're really skilled with taking care of themselves, making themselves feel fine, and kind of putting all the problems on the outside of them, that someone else is having the problem. So that can make them feel rather good about themselves. Okay, so it's hard to get to people like this. But here on the action side, we see the 2 of Cups. So it means that, and 6 of Cups, I saw that flickering by. We have the stubbornness of this person and the necessity for them to see, through karma, learn to see things from another person's point of view, but they're kind of refusing it at this point. But they do want to reconcile with you, but maybe it would be best if you took the blame. This is not an advice. This is what they think, okay? You could take the blame and you could reconcile, but we'll see if the Tower makes them have this epiphany so they can change their mind and see their own problem in this. 7 of Wands kind of shows that they're still opposing. Queen of Swords as well. I actually think also this is how you have put up a fight towards them, because you want to change the dynamic in the relationship. So you're almost fighting for this position in the relationship, the one that says no and the one that's logic and isn't ruled by emotions. So the person that is the coldest wins, okay? And I feel that you probably have been forced to take this position because this other person has been maybe a little bit self-absorbed or absorbed all about themselves, their own needs, maybe not caring so much for your needs. So you had to put up a boundary and say no, but they want to keep this position. They don't want to give it away to you. So now it seems like both of you have this position about it's rather choosing yourself than the other person, and seeing the situation from a logic perspective. If the person is not there, there's no relationship, or if the person is acting like this, we can't have a relationship. Things and decisions like this is what I'm seeing there. And here we have the World card, and 8 of Wands. So here I'm feeling someone is putting up a show a little bit. They want to act cold and kind of come and say, okay, we should talk about this so we can have closure. But this is not what they mean. It's like a fish hook. So to make the other person emotional and cave in and says, no, I don't want to end things. I want us to start anew. And I feel both people have this position. So you probably are, maybe you are not sending the hook, but you are definitely not going to grab it, is what I'm feeling. Okay, we'll see. And here we have the Star card. Okay, so it's kind of sweet, but it's also a little bit stupid because this is a person that realizes that they want to be with you, but they will tell you in the way that we should talk, we should have closure, we should, discuss how we can end things. But really they want to talk about reconciling, but they're not saying it because they are prideful and they want you to say it. So that's what I'm seeing here. 17, 1 plus 7, 8. These two are 8, so it's connected to the Strength card. So it's kind of a person that wants to fix the situation and might be able to admit to some of their problems, but they don't want to be the one instigating it. They want to say no to it, and that you should maybe persuade them, or that they come and say that they want to talk about one thing, but really they want to talk about another thing. So it's really hard when a person is showing, like acting and talking in one way, in one direction, but they really want to, it's a manipulation so that you will open up for the other direction. So it's almost like they are manipulating you or putting pressure onto you by threatening that this would be your last talk, or that you should talk about like how to deal with the relationship, almost like a threat. But really they want to reconcile. They just don't want maybe the responsibility for reconciling. Okay, and this is their feelings. We have a 4 of Swords. So they're very good with closing their heart, and with that they kind of put the responsibility on holding the love vibration to the other person. So if they don't care about the relationship and you don't care about the relationship, there won't be a relationship. So I think this is how they have gotten by in their life, by acting very cold and like they don't care, and making the other person feeling forced to care, because in other case there will be no relationship. 4 of Swords. So this is their superpower a little bit. You might be dealing with Libra. We have Libra there, Libra there. This is Sagittarius energy and Aquarius energy. And here we have 5 of Cups. So they are truly disappointed, but they don't want this to show. They want to act callous and level-headed, and like nothing is really bothering them. And here we have the Hangman. So that keeps them from from creating their own life in the way they want to, because they need to keep up this facade of not caring. So they can't try and get this what they would want. It's like the story about the fox that starved during the winter, and the crow said, I can send down some berries to you from this tree. But the fox was too prideful to get help. So he said, no, thank you. I don't want your sour berries. And this is much what I'm seeing with this person. They're starving, but they can't tell anyone that they're starving, because then they look less cool. So 21, 12, same numbers, just in the diverse order. Both of them are connected to 3, the Empress. So this is about, it's almost like a stargate between heaven and earth. We die, we go to heaven. We are being born through a stargate, a womb, and come down to earth. And this is the pregnancy itself, or the situation in between. And usually this comes as a sign when a person is going through, for example, from childhood to adolescence, from adolescence to being a grown-up person, from being a grown-up person to a young grown-up person to become middle-aged, and so on and so forth. So it marks transition phases where the person is not particularly educated or mature, and they need to go through something challenging that changes them to become more mature so they can enter the next stage of their life. And this usually comes with a lot of stubbornness. The person wants to hold on to who they were and what they were, like their survival skills, the way that they were able to go through life. For example, a child might refuse to grow up by, they don't want to, make their own sandwich, or they don't want to clean their room. It's a refusal to grow up. You should do all these things for me. I don't want to grow up. But eventually they need to take this step, and so the refusal is the hangman card. So this person is refusing to take responsibility for love because it has been so much more easier when other people took this responsibility and they didn't have to. So what they can do is to manipulate others, like a spider creating the web, so other people will get stuck in it, and they can pull the strings like a master puppeteer. So that's the only way that they can get love. They can't get love by showing love in great measures, or like vocalizing love, or so that's hard for them because they want to stay in this child stage where the mother and father comes and love them, and they don't have to go out and be the loving person. So they refuse to grow up, basically. And here we have a Queen of Pentacles together with Justice. Okay, so in their heart, they want you to come and fix things, you to come and, sort things out. So they need their mother or their father, and they can hibernate on their own with the Nine of Cups here, take care of themselves until you come and give them this. So if this person will reach out, they will do so with like a pretext. They will say one thing, but they will mean another thing. And I would wish for everyone to take people by their words. So if they say they want closure, you don't go there with your beating heart and hope for reconciliation. You go there and talk about closure. And because the only way for this person to grow is by being challenged into not getting what they want in the old way, by being handed it. But here I see they want to be handed it. Okay. So this is the most likely action. So we have strength here. So this person have capacity to be the bigger person. They just don't know it yet. Okay. And here we have a Six of Swords. So we see they have the capacity, they have the mind capacity. This is a very smart person. Unfortunately, they have used it to be lazy. They have used their smartness to get ahead and manipulate other people to squeeze out love from them, but not having to give so much for themselves. But they have both the grace and capacity of a person that's able to give love. So it's just a question of maturity. And here we have a Three of Pentacles. So we see here they really want to work together with you in the most beautiful way, but it's something has to do also with them both wanting to be a baby, but also refusing to be the baby. So they don't want you to control them, but they want to get all the benefits of being a baby. So we have the Three of Swords here. And the King of Cups. So I'm seeing that the mother in this situation, either this is a boy or a girl, man or a woman, you have to refuse to give this person what they need, and that will make this person grow up. Very beautifully grow up, okay? So if you don't give them the easy way out, they will have to grow. So it's very clear, and they don't want anything else but loving you, working together with you. They just want the benefits of how maybe the relationship was in the past, or how the relationship has been with their different caretakers, like parents, school teachers, where they were the golden boy or the golden girl and everyone tended to their needs. So it's a hard, crude awakening, but it has to be done. Their heart needs to awaken here, and they need to become your equal. And then this is a soulmate situation, because the World card also shows relationships that continue also after the ending. Like when you leave this place, you will meet again in another place, and then you leave that place and maybe meet again on Earth, and it's a never-ending cycle like that. So it shows a beautiful connection between you. But the question is of this, that this person, it's like a gateway here. The person needs to grow up, do what's right, do what's responsible, to be able to move on to the next level, which is the King of Cups here. So the person has the capacity. It's just heartbreaking when your mother refuses to make your sandwiches anymore. You feel less loved, and this person, they want to feel pampered and loved and almost put on a pedestal. And if you don't do it, they do it to themselves. So they might act a little bit narcissistic, like I'm the center of the universe kind of thing, because they are so immature. But the reality is that this is a person that craves a lot of love and attention. And that is going to be their breaking point, because they can play how cool they want. It would just break their heart. If they play this cool, this is what happens. So I will take some cards to see what they would want to tell you if they told you the truth here. I'm sorry that I took you for granted, which was probably why the relationship exploded back there. I love you more than I want to admit, yeah, because they don't want to be the one saying I love you. They want to hear that I love you. I'm scared of you. Well, why are they scared of you? That's interesting. Whoops. Okay, I projected family issues on our relationship. I think it has to do with this, with power, what I felt here. That they feel like you are the queen bee, and if they would say that they love you, they will become like a prisoner, because parents have absolute authority in a child's life. And if a child is growing up without really growing up and maturing, they will still feel parents or other people in general as threatening, because these people have absolute power. It's first when this person learn to take in their own power, being the caretaker themselves, becoming a grown-up, when they realize that they can for real take care of themselves. This is almost like a I see this kind of bag, what you have when there's a natural disaster or another emergency. So they have this bag that they can take with them to survive for a while and just pamper themselves. But they don't feel as powerful, so powerful that they could, go on a lifetime without another person. They need the praise from other people. And and that is because they haven't really grown up. And so they still think other people is superior and they are inferior, and that they need to be taken care of because they couldn't make it on their own. So this might be a person that has a hard time moving out from like a parent's house, or they can have a hard time changing jobs. Even if they have a lousy job and needs to change the job, they can't do it because they feel like they need to be taken care of to survive. And it's because they haven't gone through this adolescence here. And so they are scared of other people's power, and this is the family issues that they projected on you, that you are super scary because you're all powerful, they are all powerless. They need to manipulate you to get you to give the love, like a child that's crying to get their diaper changed. So that's how they need to manipulate you. And if you refuse to change the diaper, they will die. So that's how powerful you are. So they are projecting some family issues on your relationship. But if they can grow, if they can make this leap here and grow, they will become like a full person, a full grown person. So see your point to this, like your view. You have a little hard time forgiving, and it's this here. Because I think you had a lot of patience in the past, and then you didn't, and you meant it. For you, it's not like a manipulation. It's you came to the end of your ropes here, and now the person wants to manipulate you in the way that they did before to make you jump through hoops for them. But you have come to a point where you are actually maybe called for real. Okay, I can't forgive, and I don't think you ever loved me. No, of course, because this person never showed you any real love. They just gave you enough so that you would come and change their diaper, and not so much that there would be an equal relationship. So you probably didn't feel particularly loved by this person. And this is a little bit too many cards. I was scared of hurting you. Inside me, I scream your name. You probably sensed that this person was very vulnerable, so you didn't put too much responsibilities on them, and I think you carried the relationship a lot on your own shoulders, because you knew that this person was fragile, and that if you put too much on them, they would either run away or break up with you or something. So I think you tiptoed around this person, like walking on eggshells behavior. That's also what you do if a baby is sleeping in the room. You don't want to wake the crying baby. So I think you didn't want to disturb this person to become dramatic and acting out. So you were treating them with silk gloves is what I'm feeling. So subconsciously you knew all this, what I'm telling you here, and you wanted this person, and you didn't want them to go. So for the longest period of time, you withstand a lot of being taken for granted and not feeling particularly loved, because you knew that they were skittish, and that if you did the tiniest thing wrong, they would leave you. So you still have a great attachment to this person, with this kind of a little bit karmic cards that come through, and the Queen of Pentacles in the middle with the Three of Swords, the 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. You might have been this person's mother in a previous incarnation. So that it can explain a little bit if you have a big attachment to this person. This might reveal why you might have been. They might have been a child that never grew up to adulthood. Maybe they died, or you lost them in some way, or something happened. So now when you got them, you're super precarious with them. And even if this is your parent, it can be your parent in this life. It can be your partner, your best friend, but I think they have been your kid at a point, and they still feel as vulnerable as they felt when you weren't able to be there and protect them. And that's a part of them, not why they haven't grown up, because something has traumatized them in this way. So it's not your fault, it's not their fault, it's just we are here to learn, and this is how we learn, apparently. So I will see where this relationship will go from a divine perspective. Forgiving and learning, and you can't forgive them, so sorry. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So this is about realizing that this person didn't do this to, put your panties in a twist or make you really irritated. They did this because it was natural for them, because they had this trauma, they were immature, so it was a natural consequence. It was not like plan or scheme to use you. They are using you because they are a baby. Trust this situation, calling for you to have faith. I think this person is distrusting because of what happened in this previous incarnation, or in many previous incarnations. You might have lost them as a baby, or in a situation where you were the caretaker. They might have been the patient, or they might have been children at your school, or they might have been an elderly patient that you were caring for. Something happened. I think it was kind of out of your control. Some of it might have been in your control, but a lot of it was out of your control. So this person has now deep trust issues, and that's also why they were skittish. But they need to learn to trust themselves instead of being in this needy position. We can't help being in a needy position if we are, for example, let's say that we are hurt or wounded or have some kind of disability. We can't help by being in a vulnerable position, but we can do the best we can to take care of ourselves and not just be, not just put ourselves in the I can't do anything position. So that could help this person to find healing by realizing that they can take care of themselves, and then they will grow up. So this is what this person would want to say to you from their soul. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So maybe you have dreamt for a very long time of this person changing and open their heart. And their soul says that there's a big possibility that this will actually happen. And what more can we say from the soul of this person? Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So don't be anxious with this, because it seems like you are going to have to say no to them and make them disappointed. You were so scared before of hurting them. Let them face their own music now, not with being unnecessarily rude or cold or callous, but just sticking to what's right, okay? Before you were overdoing it, you were taking too much responsibility. Now you take responsibility for your part, and they need to take responsibility for their part. So that's the all tough love you need to give, and it will mean a big difference between being together and not being together, for example. Because if you, as you stop giving the love here, and if you stop again here, there will be probably a mental breakdown of this person. They will try to manipulate you back into your old behavior because they don't think they can make it without other people babying them. But you just say, no, that's not my responsibility. And yeah, call me when you have calmed down, okay? Because it can be like this. Let's say that you have, this person is instigating a reconciliation that's not really a reconciliation. In their mind, they want to say to you that they have this plan about like talking with, like having closure and making you, like manipulating you to communicate about reconciliation. So that's their plan in their mind. On the heart level, they are more frozen and like scared to death. And they really, really want to keep the old position. But in their action level, it seems like they can overrule both their mind and their heart, probably with their soul. The strength is the card for the soul stepping into the body. So it might be that their soul will go in and take over, like overdrive the mind and the heart, and do something that's kind of courageous. So they might want to instigate like a trap for you so that you would want to reconcile or fix things. But they might actually come as offering reconciliation. And that's nice. You can go along with that. It's nice to forgive and be friends. Maybe you can't, and that's all right too. But if you can, it's nice. But as soon as the person starts with the old behavior again, then you back off to roughly your old position without any drama. It's just like, okay, so that didn't work for me. And this was the problem I had with our relationship previously, that you weren't really there for me or able to go half the way. So I see you haven't changed much. It's hurting me, but to say this, but I can't move forward when the condition is like this. And no, I don't mean any harm. So you can tone it down when you serve it, but you don't have to not serve it. Okay. So thank you for watching. I would urge you to watch the reading. What do they want to have happen between you two? to get more information. You can also watch the true thoughts and feelings from the previous month, since that's the thing that have just happened or is happening exactly right now. So it might be more relatable.
Jet planes in the night sky with you.
Today, if you can't get enough of my readings on YouTube, you can now become a member to my channel and get access to premium content videos. There are 3 different levels to choose from. You can become a supportive member and get personal and spiritual growth readings for the collective.
Getting high in the sunrise with you.
The second option is to become an extended member, where you get access to the collective readings from the previous level, and you will also be able to see all the channel's astrological tarot readings for all the signs ahead of time and ads free.
Getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, now I do. And I wish that I could build a time machine.
The third option is to become a full member, where you get access to all the perks from the previous levels. And on top of that, you will get short personal readings from me every week. It is very similar to super chat readings, but here you subscribe instead of paying for super chats.
'Cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you.
There is a lot of other perks that's available for all levels, as membership loyalty badges, custom emojis, and other special features.
I'd come and get you. I can't forget you. I miss you. I miss you, I miss you all the time. I wish that.
If you subscribe to my channel, you will be able to see the join button, where you can learn more about the membership. You can also follow the link in the description box to check this out. And if you are still not convinced that this is a good option for you, you can become a member just to support my channel and help me keep on doing readings for all the astrological signs. I hope you will join and we will have so much fun together. Thank you for watching this far. I'm sending you all my love and all my gratitude.